One of the most alluring aspects of horror is what I like to call the oh shit moment. Not to be confused with the WTF moment or the jump scare. There are similarities, but we'll get into that. I'll explain it. But anyway, I'm going to give you my top 10 favorites plus 5 honorable mentions. Okay, so let's go. What's up, guys? It feels like it's been way too long since I did a top 10. I've always wanted to do an oh shit moment top 10. And what an oh shit moment is, it's not like a twist ending moment, although some of these might be from the end of a movie, but an oh shit moment is basically a moment that makes you go, oh shit, just out of nowhere, just a surprise, you know? It can be a WTF moment, but not always, okay? And I think you'll understand what I'm talking about as we go through the countdown. And I think oh shit moments are the funnest of the, like, I guess crazy moments or WTF moments. They're just really fun. Keep in mind, this list, I'm gonna give you 5 honorable mentions, and I definitely tried to throw some on here that many may not have seen or just never thought about. So anyway, let's get right into it. Let's go real quick with these 5 honorable mentions. Okay, first honorable mention is gonna be Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Gotta give a quick shout out to Christian Hanna Horror. When I posted this on Twitter, that was the one that he reminded me of, and I was like, oh my God, how could I forget that one? And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. End of the movie, Matthew McConaughey goes even more apeshit than he's already gone apeshit throughout the whole movie. It's just such a crazy moment in a crazy movie. Next honorable mention, and this one probably could have been in the top 10, but I saved some surprises for the top 10, which is fitting, I guess for an oh shit countdown, but it's gonna be the Georgie scene. And I think most people know about that scene anyway that have seen the original. I've only seen the original one time. But when I saw the remake, which I saw the remake first, that scene really surprised me when Georgie's at the drain. And of course, you know, that iconic scene with Pennywise down there, I guess, seducing him, you know, with the balloon. And he freaking eats his arm off. And I just remember sitting in the theater going, oh my God, they really went for it on that scene. Okay, next honorable mention. It's a movie that you guys might not have seen. It's called Z, and it was on Shudder. It might still be on Shudder, but there is one scene in this movie that really knocked me on my ass. It's in the middle of the movie. There's a play date, these mothers, and Z is like the imaginary friend of this kid. And just, you know, they're having a nice conversation, then all of a sudden, boom! The kid falls from the stairs from the second floor to the first, and the scene was directed beautifully, because it really shocked the hell out of me. And I had to throw it on this list because I'm sure a lot of you guys have not seen Z. It's worth checking out just for that scene alone. Okay, next honorable mention is gonna be Child's Play. You know, we have to wait quite a while before we see Chucky finally go apeshit. And it's when the mother picks him up, and then all of a sudden he just freaks out and, you know, he starts shouting all these profanities at her. And, you know, the first time you see that movie, you're like, oh my God, I did not expect that. I knew he was gonna come to life, but wow, they really went for it. And last honorable mention is going to be for this movie that I just saw called Alone in the Dark. Shout out to Andy Ward, who has been pushing me to watch this movie for years. I finally watched it. It's on YouTube, and there's a really good HD transfer of it that was just dropped like a month ago. And I can't recommend this movie enough, but you know, it's about these mental patients played by some Hollywood heavyweights. You know, you got Donald Pleasance, you got Martin Landau, you got Jack Palance. But there's a scene at the end of the movie where you got this character named Tom, who the girl picked up from the jail. Tom just flips out. And the scene is really cool because you see the girl like hugging him after all this commotion went on, and then blood just starts dripping on her face. And then Tom just flips out and starts choking her. And it's just a great scene of chaos. Okay, here we go. Top 10, all right? And boy, do I got some doozies for you. Okay, number 10 is going to be Bone Tomahawk. The end of this movie, I call it the split down the middle scene. And it's just a scene that comes out of nowhere. I mean, we know that you know, these characters are in danger, but you got Kurt Russell behind bars and having to watch this guy get dragged out naked, upside down, and you have these Indians that literally rip his body in half and they chop him. It's a scene that will take the jaws of life to remove from your skull. Yep, still there. Number 9 is Saw, the first Saw. I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise, but the first movie really packs a punch. This is a case where I'm gonna give you, it's a twist ending. Because like I said, these aren't all going to be like twist endings. An oh shit moment could happen anywhere in the movie, but in this particular case, it happens to be the ending. After all this crazy stuff, and you got Cary Elwes sawing his freaking leg off, Tobin Bell literally gets up at the end of the movie. And I just remember sitting in the theater and everybody going, oh my, that guy was laying there the whole time and he just gets up. That's an oh shit moment. Number 8, Just Before Dawn. This is a movie that a lot of you might not have seen. It was recommended to me by Barry from Wolfman's Got Nards. He's always praising this movie, and when I saw it, there's a few oh shit moments in the movie that are like, wow. But the one that I really wanted to put on the list was at the end. The main final girl, just such a great arc. Like, it might be one of the best final girl arcs I've ever seen, because she's scared at the beginning of the movie and she wants to be able to stand up, and ultimately that's what she does at the end. But there's a scene at the end when she's going at it with the killer and she literally punches into his mouth, and you got like a good freaking 8 inches of her freaking forearm in his mouth. Holy guacamole. Number 7, Hereditary. The scene where you got the son and he's driving with the sister, the young sister, who looks very strange. And he's already stressed out to the nines. This is a movie about like family drama mixed in with like demonic shit. And so it works perfectly. And so you're already stressed out. Like, this is how you direct a scene, because you got your audience completely stressed out because the characters are stressed out. And then just boom, out of the blue, the girl sticks her head out the door and she gets decapitated by this light pole. And I just remember the collective gasp in the theater when that scene happened. Like, wow, that was insane. Did that really happen? It was one of those situations where you had to like do a double take. Like, wait, did that just happen? Did she just get decapitated? And I guarantee you, people that like saw this for the first time on like Blu-ray, they probably rewound it and had to watch it again, because it's such a quick scene, but damn. Okay, number 6 is gonna be the first Friday the 13th. Another scene at the end of the movie. Everything's nice and calm. The movie's pretty much over. Alice has already saved the day. She's chopped off Pamela Voorhees' head, and she's just sitting in this canoe. We just know that something bad is gonna happen. They got this nice, beautiful music playing. Then all of a sudden, out of the water comes Jason Voorhees, a young Jason Voorhees. I think this is the scariest Jason Voorhees has ever looked, and he happens to be a kid. And he just grabs Alice, but the music, I gotta give Harry Manfredini like all the credit in this scene too for springing that on us. It's almost like a Jack in the Box scene, like literally. He comes out of the water and just pulls her straight down. If I did like a top 10 jump scares, that might be one of the greatest jump scares ever. But it's also a great oh shit moment. Number 5, Halloween for the Return of Michael Myers, the end of the movie. It's kind of similar to Friday the 13th, where, we're wrapping everything up. Loomis and Rachel have saved the day. They're back at home, and then all of a sudden you see, just from the point of view of the killer walking down the hall. And then you hear that scream, and Loomis coming up. He sees up there, and he's like, "Oh no, oh no!" And I remember seeing this in the theater, thinking, "Oh my God, Michael Myers, he's still alive. Of course he's still alive. He's Michael Myers." But no, it's not. It's Jamie Lloyd. And I wasn't ready for that. I literally said, oh shit, like holy crap, she's Michael Myers now. The evil has been passed. What the hell just happened? And I will say that scene has scared me more my entire life than any other scene in history. Seriously. It's the scene that gave me nightmares and made me obsessed with the franchise. Number 4, The Thing, the chest defibrillator scene. Another example of having chaos going on. You're like in the thick of it. You're in the middle of whatever's going on, The Thing is already out, and nobody trusts anybody. And so you got this guy who had a heart attack, and they got him on the table, and the doc puts the defibrillator against his chest, and it opens up and chops the doctor's arms off. And that scene is amazing, because after that, then it just gets even more crazy. The guy's head literally separates from his body and leaks down the table, and then the spider legs come out. It is one of the most iconic horror scenes in history. I'm saying it right now. I really want to put number 3 as number 1. just because it's my personal favorite. And if it's my personal favorite, then maybe I should put it at number 1. I don't know. I mean, these top 3, these are great, okay? These are really great. And I'm just having a moment here. Should I put it at number 1? You know what? This is my list. I'm gonna put it at number 1. So we're gonna switch it around a little bit, okay? So then that would make number 3 Alien, the first Alien, the chestburster scene. Can you imagine being in the theater, seeing Alien for the first time, not knowing what is coming? And we've already had John Hurt's character attacked by the face hugger. And so then, you know, we think, okay, he's out of the woods. And so they're just sitting around having a nice meal, and then all of a sudden the alien comes out of his chest. And what's great is the rest of the cast had no idea what was gonna happen. So the reactions are real. But if you wanna start a conversation with oh shit moments, I guarantee you the chestburster scene is one of the first ones that is brought up by somebody. Okay, so number 2. This was going to be my number 1. How exciting, but it's in my number 2 now. Sleepaway Camp. And it's a scene that needs to be seen, okay? And I remember, I didn't even know what Sleepaway Camp was when I first saw this movie back, I think, about a decade ago. And a buddy of mine, he recommended it. He's like, you gotta see this movie. And I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, the acting's not that good. There's something off about this movie. It's really strange. But then once I got to the end of the movie, I never expected what was gonna happen. Seeing that Angela was the killer. Yes, I had my suspicions about Angela, not fully, because I was just thinking, she's just a little 12-year-old girl, there's no way. And it went like, they went over the line with it by the end, when you see her standing there, male physique, fully nude, and just that sound still just like freaks me out to this day. It's funny behind the scenes too, like the guy, the college student that they had stand in for that part, still to this day, he hasn't come forward. Like nobody knows who this guy was. He went into like a deep depression after the scene, poor guy. But I wonder if one day that guy will actually come out of hiding. It could happen. But it stands as one of the most shocking endings in all of horror movies, in my mind. Like that's the scene everybody constantly talks about with like twist endings, is, you know, the Angela reveal. Because even though you're not that surprised that Angela is the killer, the way it's shown is just, it's like a lesson. You can give your audience enough to where they can figure out the ending, but then you can still whap them over the head, and boy do they. All right, how exciting. Number 1, Pieces. I could not wait to put this on the list because I'm gonna give it number 1 because it's a 1-2 punch. It really is. Because at the end of the movie, you got these two characters, Kindle and Holden.
The lousy bastard was in there killing her! Bastard! Bastard! Bastard!
And Holden, you know, he's all happy and he's even like making a joke like maybe I'll become a police officer and everything. And the movie itself is about this killer who kills all these people and then sews their body parts together to make his own, I don't know, it's weird. It's like his own corpse. The body comes out and like just falls on top of him at the end of the movie. And it's just such a scene of shock, you know, because it's a nice, calm, you know, ending of the movie, and then wow. And so then after that, you're like, oh man, that was a great freaking oh shit moment, right? And then no, there's more. There's actually more. Because after that, they top it because the freaking sewed together corpse reaches up and grabs Holden by the nuts and rips his privates, you know, through his jeans, I guess, because you see like the blood on his jeans and everything, but it's just such a crazy oh shit moment. And no regrets. I'm glad I put it as no regrets. I'm glad I put it as my number 1. So anyway, guys, boy, that was fun. Top 10 oh shit moments. There are so many more that I could have put on here. Put them down in the comments if there's one that you love that I missed. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free For Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on all my socials. Support me on Patreon. Buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And Drumdum out.